Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're diving into a concept that's fundamental to understanding systems and behaviors: feedback loops. A feedback loop is a process in which the outputs of a system are circled back and used as inputs, creating a cycle of cause and effect. These loops can be either positive, reinforcing, or negative, balancing. The concept of feedback loops has its roots in cybernetics, a field pioneered by Norbert Wiener in the 1940s. However, the idea has much older origins in fields like engineering and biology. James Watt's centrifugal governor for steam engines in the 18th century is often cited as an early mechanical example of a feedback loop. In nature, feedback loops have been at work for billions of years, driving everything from population dynamics to homeostasis in living organisms. It's like a snake eating its own tail, the Ouroboros of ancient mythology, where the end feeds back into the beginning, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. Let's look at an example to better understand this concept. Consider a thermostat controlling room temperature. If the room gets too cold, the thermostat triggers the heater to turn on. As the room warms up, the thermostat senses this change and eventually turns the heater off when the desired temperature is reached. This is a negative feedback loop, as it works to maintain a stable state. On the other hand, a positive feedback loop amplifies changes. Think of a social media post going viral. The more people share it, the more visible it becomes, leading to even more shares. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and faster as it goes. In the business world, understanding feedback loops is crucial for everything from product development to marketing strategies. Companies use feedback loops to improve their products based on customer reviews, adjust their marketing tactics based on campaign performance, and optimize their operations based on efficiency metrics. In the realm of personal development, the concept of deliberate practice relies heavily on feedback loops. You perform a task, receive feedback, adjust your approach, and repeat. It's like having a built-in coach that constantly helps you improve. So how can we apply the concept of feedback loops in our daily lives? Firstly, we can become more aware of the feedback loops operating in our personal habits and relationships. For instance, if we notice that certain behaviors lead to positive responses from others, we're more likely to repeat those behaviors, creating a positive feedback loop. By recognizing these patterns, we can consciously reinforce positive loops and try to break negative ones. It's like being the conductor of your own behavioral orchestra, amplifying the melodies you want to hear more of. Secondly, we can intentionally create feedback loops to support our goals. For example, if you're trying to develop a new habit like regular exercise, you could set up a system where you track your workouts and reward yourself for consistency. This creates a positive feedback loop that reinforces the habit. It's like building your own personal motivation machine. Lastly, in decision-making, we can use the concept of feedback loops to anticipate the long-term consequences of our choices. By considering how a decision might create or influence feedback loops, we can make more informed choices. For instance, a manager considering a new policy might think about how it could affect employee morale, which in turn could impact productivity, which could then influence future policy decisions. It's like playing chess with reality, thinking several moves ahead. In conclusion, understanding feedback loops provides us with a powerful tool for analyzing and influencing systems, whether they're in nature, society, business, or our personal lives. By recognizing these cycles of cause and effect, we can work more effectively with the dynamics of change, rather than against them. In a world where everything is interconnected, awareness of feedback loops is like having a map of the hidden currents that shape our reality, allowing us to navigate with greater skill and foresight. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your positive feedback loops be strong, your negative ones balanced, and your understanding of systems ever expanding. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu the Podcast Maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.